Welcome to part 3 of the consultation workshop. In part 1, we started working on a definition for consultation. In this part, we will enhance that definition. First, a quick review of part 2. In that part, I provided several slides that help us identify the traits of power, democratic, consultative models. This table briefly describes these slides, and I will briefly explain. First, we'll deal with a number of possible solutions. In power, only the ruler gets to suggest the solution. Other viewpoints are suppressed. Democracy allows more solutions, but they usually come from the leaders in the group. Consultation allows more possible solutions to be explored. Now for discussion. It is limited in power. In democracy, there is more discussion, but governed by rules. In consultation, the discussion is much more free. Listening is also different. In power, the ruler can make the decision arbitrarily, so there is no obligation to listen. While in democracy, there is more opportunity to speak, no one is required to listen. In consultation, listening is required to reach those consultative decisions. Contrary facts, perspectives, and opinions are always around, but in power they are unwelcome. In democracy, they are reduced to a win-lose contest. But in consultation, the contrary stuff can lead to better solutions that nobody else thought of. In other words, if there is no contrary stuff happening, there is no opportunity to improve the solution. Decisions are different. In power and democracy, the decision has been predetermined. No minds are being changed. But in consultation, the decision is enhanced as discussion continues. And the satisfaction of the participants is much higher in consultative groups than in power and democratic. For the review, I will bring back the giant amoeba. If this problem is handled by the ruler of a power group, that ruler will solve the problem, but his solution will be only based on what he can see. No one perspective can see the entire problem. In democracy, 2 or 3 participants compete to implement their solution. But these competitors have a limited vision, and they are not trying to learn from their opponents or their more neutral members. In consultation, all 9 participants are encouraged to explain their perspective of the problem. As the discussion continues, all 9 will be able to see the big picture a lot better. End of review. Now for the new material of part 3. It starts with A Tale of Two Daves. This is a story about the 24-year-old Dave versus a 64-year-old Dave. I am going through an interesting life challenge these days. It would be nice not to go through this challenge, but life happens and I have to walk through it. What I'm finding interesting is how I'm handling this challenge. I am willingly seeking outside advisors. My first set of advisors are my mother and 2 sisters. They know my challenge, they know my character. They offer comments now and then. Some of those comments have turned out to be useful, some not so useful. But if I shut down their input because I don't like the not so useful stuff, I don't get the useful stuff. I have a few valued friends who have also provided feedback. I have also sought counseling from a local counseling society. Counselors are trained to ask great questions and get me thinking in a better way. And then there are professional people. My family doctor was involved. I have talked to educators, legal professionals, and the police. The 64-year-old Dave has willingly used about 15 people to help him out. None of these people had a vote or veto in my decision, but they were necessary to help me see the bigger picture. I believe the 64-year-old Dave is handling the situation reasonably well. The 24-year-old Dave would have charged through this life situation mostly by himself. He would have made a bigger mess of the problem. The 2 Daves are essentially the same person, but why are they taking a different approach to the same situation? Well, the 64-year-old Dave has been alive 40 more years than the 24-year-old Dave. In this time, he has acquired more knowledge, more experience, and more wisdom to help him chart his path through life problems. He has learned to be more consultative. He has sought out facts, perspectives, and opinions of credible, sensible people. He has made a bigger picture than the 24-year-old Dave could have ever made. So, the 64-year-old Dave is going to make better decisions, and the 24-year-old Dave is going to make more mistakes. For sure, the 24-year-old Dave made mistakes. You have probably heard this axiom before that relates to the plight of the 24-year-old Dave. We make mistakes because we don't have the right experience. This sentence is followed by this next sentence. We get experience by making mistakes. If this is how life really should work, young people are doomed to walk down a long, rough road. So, how do we go through life with fewer mistakes? How about by talking to sensible, credible people, by reading and studying good works, to help us understand a bigger picture. In other words, we seek knowledge, experience, and wisdom from outside ourselves. Is this not better than making many mistakes? The 64-year-old Dave is using knowledge, experience, and wisdom the 24-year-old Dave never had. Not only that, the 64-year-old Dave is seeking knowledge, experience, and wisdom he does not have. Because of that, the 64-year-old Dave is making better decisions. So, this leads to the new definition of consultation. Consultation is combining knowledge, experience, and wisdom of other people to build better plans and find better solutions than by working alone. This slide shows the evolution of the definition of consultation in this workshop. First, we define consultation as something we all naturally understand because we are also great at it. Just use the word as a slogan, and that is all we need to do. Second, consultation is when we have agreement. Third, consultation is a search for information, advice, and guidance. And last, consultation is a combining of knowledge, experience, and wisdom. It is this last definition that we will embrace for the rest of this workshop. Now it is time to summarize what we learned in part 3. As we get older, many of us get wiser. We got wiser by learning from our mistakes. We could get wiser by using knowledge, experience, and wisdom of sensible, credible people. We should rely more on consultation than experimentation. Let's teach our youth to consult more and experiment less. Let's teach ourselves to supplement our current knowledge, experience, and wisdom.